Have you ever felt like no matter where you go, nothing really changes? Same place, same routine, same results. You look around, and it feels like other people are getting lucky. They find opportunities. They grow faster. They move ahead. And you wonder, what am I missing? Here's a hard truth most people don't realize. Opportunities are not rare. They are everywhere. But most people never see them. Not because they're not smart, not because they're not capable, but because they've never trained their mind to recognize them. Today, I want to show you something different. Not motivation, not empty advice, but a new way of seeing the world. A way that can quietly, but completely, change your life. Let's begin. Part 1. The invisible opportunities around you. Most people think opportunities are big. A new job, a big idea, a life-changing moment, something obvious, something dramatic. But real opportunities rarely look like that. They are small, quiet, almost invisible. A conversation you almost ignored. A skill you didn't think was important. A problem you complain about every day. These are opportunities. But here's the problem. Your brain is not trained to see them. From a young age, most people are taught to follow instructions. Go to school. Do what you're told. Avoid mistakes. Over time, your mind becomes passive. You stop looking. You stop questioning. You stop noticing. And when you stop noticing, you stop seeing opportunities. Let me give you a simple example. Two people walk into the same situation. One sees a problem, the other sees potential. One complains. The other asks, "How can I use this?" Same situation, different mindset, different life. Opportunities are not something you wait for. They are something you recognize. And recognition is a skill. A skill you can learn. A skill you can practice. A skill that can change everything. But before you can see opportunities, you have to change how you look at the world. Part 2. Why most people miss opportunities and don't even know it. If opportunities are everywhere, why do so many people miss them? The answer is uncomfortable. Because it's not about luck. It's not about intelligence. It's about how your mind is trained. Most people don't see opportunities because they are not looking for them. They are looking for safety. They are looking for certainty, for something clear, something guaranteed. But opportunities don't come with guarantees. They come with uncertainty, with risk, with doubt. And the brain naturally avoids that. Your mind is designed to protect you, not to grow you. It wants to keep you safe. It wants to avoid failure. It wants to stay in the familiar. So when something new appears, something unclear, something uncomfortable, your brain doesn't say, "This is an opportunity." It says, "This is dangerous." And you pull back, you hesitate, you overthink, you wait, and then the moment passes. Here's what makes it even harder. Most opportunities don't feel good at the beginning. They feel inconvenient. They interrupt your routine. They demand effort. They force you to learn something new. Sometimes, they even look like problems, more work, more responsibility, more uncertainty. So people reject them. not because they can't handle them, but because they don't recognize them. Let's make this real. A new task at work. You think, this is extra pressure, but it could be a chance to grow faster. Meeting new people. You think, this is uncomfortable, but it could lead to a new path. Learning a new skill. You think, this is too hard, but it could change your future. The opportunity was there, but your interpretation blocked it. This is the key idea. You don't miss opportunities because they don't exist. You miss them because you label them wrong. And once you label something as a burden, you stop exploring it. You close the door before even looking inside. So the real question is not, where are the opportunities? The real question is, what am I ignoring? That could change my life. Because often, the thing you avoid today is exactly what you need tomorrow. Part 3. Training your mind to see what others don't. If opportunities are everywhere, and most people miss them, then the question becomes, how do you start seeing them? The answer is simple, but not easy. You train your mind. Because seeing opportunities is not talent. It's a habit. Right now, your brain works on patterns. It sees what it is used to seeing. If you focus on problems, you will see more problems. If you focus on limits, you will see more limits. But if you train your mind to look for possibilities, something powerful begins to happen. You start noticing things others ignore. Let's begin with the first shift. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I do with this? This one question changes everything. It moves you from passive to active, from victim to creator, from stuck to searching. Now here's the second shift. Slow down and observe. Most people move too fast. They react without thinking. They scroll without noticing. They live on autopilot. And when you're on autopilot, you don't see opportunities. You just repeat patterns. So take a moment. Look closer at your daily life, your job, your conversations, your struggles. Ask yourself, what is missing here? What could be improved? What do people need that no one is solving? Opportunities often hide inside problems. Not big problems. Small, everyday frustrations. The things people complain about, but accept. That's where opportunity lives. Now the third shift. Be curious instead of certain. Most people think they already know. They close their mind too early. They say, this won't work. This is not for me. This is impossible. And just like that, they shut down possibility. But curious people are different. They don't need certainty to move. They explore. They test. They try. They ask, what if? Why not? What happens if I try? And that curiosity opens doors others never even see. Here's the truth. Opportunities don't appear to people who wait. They appear to people who look, and more importantly, to people who are willing to see differently. Not louder, not faster, just deeper. Part 4. Turning small chances into real opportunities. Seeing opportunities is only the beginning, because recognition alone changes nothing. You can notice a chance, understand its value, even feel excited about it, and still do nothing. And if you do nothing, the opportunity disappears. This is where most people fail. Not because they don't see, but because they don't act. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait to feel ready. They wait for more confidence. But here's the truth. Opportunities don't grow in your mind. They grow through action. Small action. Imperfect action. Sometimes uncomfortable action. Let's make this clear. A conversation becomes an opportunity only when you engage. A new idea becomes an opportunity only when you test it. A skill becomes an opportunity only when you practice it. Without action, it's just a thought. And thoughts don't change your life. Action does. Now here's something important. You don't need a big move. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a small step. One message, one question, one attempt. That's enough to begin. Because once you move, things start to change. You learn. You adjust. You improve. And slowly, a small chance becomes something real. But there is one thing that stops people. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of wasting time. So they stay still. And staying still feels safe. But it costs more than you think. Because every opportunity you don't take is a path you never explore. And over time, those missed paths become regret. Now here's a different way to think. What if failure is not the opposite of opportunity, but part of it? Every failed attempt teaches you something. What works, what doesn't, what to do next. And that knowledge is an advantage. So instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask, what will I learn? That shift makes action easier. And action is what turns invisible opportunities into real results. Part 5. Building a lifestyle that attracts opportunities. By now, you understand something important. Opportunities are not just found, they are created and attracted. And the way you live your daily life decides how many opportunities come to you. Because opportunities don't appear randomly. They follow patterns, your habits, your environment, your energy. Let's start with something simple. The people around you. If you spend time with people who complain, you will see more problems. If you spend time with people who take action, you will see more possibilities. Because mindset is contagious. Energy spreads. Conversations shape your thinking. So ask yourself, who are you listening to every day? Are they helping you grow or keeping you comfortable? Now the second part, your daily habits. Opportunities often come to people who are prepared. Not perfect, but ready. Ready to try. Ready to respond. Ready to move. If you are always tired, always distracted, always unprepared, even when an opportunity appears, you won't take it. So build simple habits. Learn something every day. Practice a useful skill. Stay consistent, even when it's boring, because consistency builds readiness. And readiness attracts opportunity. Now the third part, your visibility. Many people are capable, but invisible. They have ideas, they have skills, they have potential, but no one knows. And if no one knows, opportunities can't find them. So you need to show up, speak, share, connect, not to impress people, but to be seen. A simple post, a simple conversation, a simple contribution, that's enough to start. Because opportunities often come through people, through relationships, through trust, through connection. And if you stay hidden, you reduce your chances without realizing it. Now here's the deeper truth. Opportunities are not separate from your life. They are a reflection of how you live. If you stay curious, you will discover more. If you stay active, you will create more. If you stay open, you will receive more. It's not about chasing. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts them. Part 6. The long-term mindset that changes everything. At the end of the day, seeing opportunities is not a technique. It's not a trick. It's not something you turn on and off. It's a way of living. A long-term mindset, because life doesn't suddenly become full of opportunities. You become the person who sees them. And that transformation takes time. There will be days when you don't see anything. Days when everything feels the same. Slow, repetitive, unclear. And in those moments, most people give up. They go back to old patterns. They stop looking. They stop trying. But this is where the difference is made. Not in big moments, but in quiet ones. When nothing is exciting. When nothing is obvious. And you still choose to stay aware. You still choose to ask, what can I learn here? What can I do differently? What am I not seeing yet? That consistency builds a new way of thinking. And over time, something shifts. You begin to notice patterns faster. You connect ideas more easily. You respond with more confidence. What used to feel invisible starts to become clear. And what used to feel difficult becomes natural. Now here's something important to understand. Not every opportunity will change your life. Some will be small. Some will lead nowhere. Some will fail. And that's okay. Because the goal is not to find the perfect opportunity. The goal is to become someone who can turn anything into progress. A small chance becomes a lesson. A mistake becomes experience. A delay becomes preparation. Nothing is wasted. Everything is used. And when you live like this, you stop waiting for the right moment, because every moment becomes useful. That's when life changes. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but steadily, quietly, powerfully. Because now, you are no longer hoping for opportunities. You are creating meaning from everything around you. So next time you feel stuck, next time you look around and think nothing is changing, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is it really true that there are no opportunities? Or have I just not learned how to see them yet? Because the difference between staying stuck and moving forward is not always effort. It's awareness. Opportunities are not hiding from you. They are waiting in your daily life, in your problems, in the things you usually ignore. And once you begin to see them, you'll realize something powerful. You were never stuck. You were just looking in the wrong way. So starting today, look closer, think deeper, act sooner, and slowly. your world will begin to change. If this message helped you see things differently, take a second to support the channel. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video, because each video here is not just about learning English. It's about learning how to think, how to grow, and how to move forward with clarity. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.